everybody, it's been 13 weeks of our homeschool, so it's time for a little update. Okay, so we have completed 13 weeks of our kindergarten year, and things are going really well. This is my first time, if you're new to my channel, this is my first time teaching kindergarten, where my eldest is just now in school age, so we've kind of started this homeschool journey with him, and my house is very busy. There's a lot of things going on in the household, so I feel like every week completed is a success. So I really enjoy watching everybody's updates, like weekly updates, just to see how their weeks are going, and hopefully some of my tips that I add into the bucket or some things that we're doing might be something that you can adapt into your school and give you kind of a little change of pace or something a little switch that maybe you're looking for. So if you haven't seen my other update videos, we are using the Horizons curriculum for both our English language arts and our math curriculum. My science is just kind of a hodgepodge of ideas that I pick up. Most of the themes come from the Carson DeLosa interactive notebook book that you can buy. And so I get my themes from there, but I don't necessarily pick all of my activities from their interactive notebook printables. So that's my science unit, and Bible time is going good as well. So anyway, I just wanted to give you an update on a couple of these things. So the first thing we'll talk about is our Bible time. At the beginning of the year, check out my curriculum video so you know what curriculum I've chosen. I chose the 365 daily devotionals for kids. It's like a kindergartner level, and I gotta be honest, we haven't done it in a long time. Not that it was a bad thing. I was really excited about it. I thought it was going to be a really good resource for us, but for some reason or other, I just kind of stopped using it, and it just wasn't working out anymore. So what am I doing instead? I have found another devotionals book that I am reading at lunchtime with my kids every day. And that is taking the place because it's become more of a discussion during our lunch hour instead of something that we've done as a part of our school day. And it's really worked really well. So the book that I'm using is Duck Commander's Kid Devotionals. I think I'll put the resource down in the description box below, so that I think I keep hearing kids coming up the stairs. Anyway, so that you can check it out if you're interested. I'm sorry I didn't bring it upstairs so that I could hold it and show you what it looks like. But anyway, maybe I'll take a picture of it and put it in on the side here as I'm discussing. So here's the book. Okay. So anyway, so scripture time is going well. It's not exactly what I envisioned per se, but it is good. And we also, like during our school day, we have our memory verse that we recite kind of in the morning with our calendar time. So anyway, I think it's sufficient for my kindergarten level. We read scriptures in the morning. He then has a lunchtime chat that we talk about, and then we read scriptures at night as a family. So I think we're covering our bases on the scripture point. You think? I hope. Anyway, okay, so that's one. Then we can talk about our English language arts. It's been going also very well. I'm kind of beginning to, okay, so a couple of weeks ago, you may remember I went through this, like, I don't know about this curriculum. I feel like it's redundant and repetitive because my son knew all of the alphabet. Then we got into like the digraphs and the silent E sounds. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And it was going good for a lot of lessons. And now again, I'm beginning to think my son knows these rules, these language rules, and yet we're still repeating them. So we learned like the A with the silent E, and then we learned the E with the silent E all the way through the vowels, and now we're learning U, and I feel like by the time we get to U, I'm like, hey, he understands the silent E rule that if there's an E at the end of the word, then he says the letter's name. And so he's been able to read these books and everything using this rule, but we're still kind of pounding the same lesson in the materials. So we're still doing them, but I've noticed that I've kind of taken, I don't know what I want to say, more of like a lax break, I guess, where we're doing fewer of the activities in each lesson, where there's usually like 10 or 13, we do like 4 maybe or 5. So I don't know, that's been going okay, I guess. I have included a reading comprehension page and an opinion writing practice page as a part of his writing journal that he does with the preschoolers when they come. So I think that that supplements a little bit. I've also made this little craft activity that he's been loving. This is like a container that my dishwasher pods are in, like the dishwasher soap pods. Anyway, and so I just, when it was empty, I cleaned it out, and then this is actually batting for like quilters batting, because I had a bunch left over from quilts that I'd been making, and I just like cut it into teeth. This is cardboard, like you can see it. Oops, they're coming out. This is cardboard that I like cut into whatever shape you want to say that is, like a light bulb, I guess. And then I painted eyeballs on it. And then this is scrapbook paper that I decoupaged on the outside. And they turned out really cute. I made 3 of these, and I keep collecting more, and now I have baby formula. So, well, my baby formula one's over there. Anyway, it's the same idea, and now I just have a ton of these little monsters. And what I do is I put a sound or maybe like a math problem or something, and then his job is to take the picture. This is obviously a thief, and this is a WH sound, so these would not go together, but the idea is that then they would feed the monster. And I have him do it by himself, but if I'm playing the game with him, then I like to like animate the monster, and you can kind of, you know, anyway, it's a fun game that he likes, especially since we played it a lot in the month of October. He really liked it. If you want to make one of these, I'll just give you a quick tip. When you glue it all together, I just hot glued these teeth on there, and I'll kind of show you, maybe you can't see, but on the inside of his mouth, I just like rolled up a little bit of this batting, and I stuck it here in the joint. You can kind of see that. So it keeps his mouth open so that you can feed him. And then if you want to play with your kid, then, you know, you just tap the top and it'll pop back up. So anyway, that was like an easy fix because it naturally wants to close. So excuse me. Anyway, so that was kind of a fun little additional activity that we've been doing. Again, it was the month of October, but I'm going to be using these monsters all the time. And even my little 2-year-old, she always is saying, I want to feed the monsters. So the kids love this. My preschoolers love this. This was a really good invested time, and it was basically free because I had all of this stuff. So anyway, so that's been really good. As far as reading goes, the Horizons curriculum comes with a little like reader that that you're supposed to read, and we've kind of been disenchanted with that. For those stories have just been, I don't know, not interesting, I guess, and they're just like little 1-page or 2-page stories, but we've been disenchanted. So I've been trying to supplement with additional reading, and I found these awesome phonic reading program books. My son really loves Scooby-Doo. This is a set of 12. These came actually with my library, so we're borrowing them from the library, but I'm going to look and see if they have additional story types, like different characters or whatever, on the internet, but you can look and see if there is one. Anyway, so these are just cute little scholastic readers, and each of the books kind of highlight a different phonic sound. So this is the S blends, this is the short A and the short I, this is the NG sound, and they're like 5 pages, and they don't have a ton of words on them. They're really great little beginning readers for kids, and my son can read the whole book by himself. So we made a little incentive chart for him to want to finish these. There's a set of 12 that we got from the library for this set. So they're from Scholastic, makes them. Anyway, I would encourage you to look online and see if you can find it if your child likes Scooby-Doo. And if not, maybe there's some other books that you can find. I'm looking to see if they show. It doesn't say, but anyway, maybe there's some other characters. That's been a really great additional find for our reading assignments and reading program, just to practice reading and the sounds and the phonics that we're studying. So that's been really great. His interactive notebook, if you saw my beginning of the year curriculum, I was really excited about the interactive notebook. We have almost set that aside entirely for a couple of reasons. Now, number one is because I am working with my preschoolers, they are doing interactive notebooks. So I do like the concept and the idea. They are doing them with their letters. But for my son, because he does a different sound every day, I don't know, we just kind of got disenchanted with it. Most of the printables or the, I don't know, interactive activities that I had created for his notebook became repetitive, yada, yada, yada. So I do give him a page while the preschoolers are doing their letter, and he kind of colors the pictures of the sound or the whatever, but it's pretty like, I don't know, hit and miss, I guess. So anyway, so that's kind of encompassing our English language arts programs and units of study. Overall, thumbs up. I still, as far as a critique, I still really do like the Horizons curriculum. I'll probably consider sticking with it when my next kindergartner comes along the line, which won't be in a couple of years. But it's been satisfactory, and I do think that it's accomplishing what needs to be accomplished. So there you go. Okay, my next subject I'll chat about is math. I don't have a lot to say because I just really like it, is how it is. I've always liked it. From the beginning, I've liked it. We're beginning to start a little more complicated concepts that my son isn't grasping right away. But I do like Horizons because I feel like with that cyclical, that's not the word they use, but anyway, that repetitive, they teach a concept and then they come back to it and they come back to it, that he is beginning to pick them up. As far as like addition, it's been a little bit of a rough patch just to kind of get him to understand how to add two-digit numbers to single-digit numbers. So we're starting to add like 11 through 19 to any numbers 1 through 9. So anyway, we're getting slow starting, but I think that he's beginning to kind of pick up a few things. So anyway, that's just a learning curve, and it's really good. So again, as a critique, I still really like the curriculum for Horizons Kindergarten Math. It's doing well. Science, we've begun a bodies unit. We just finished our plants unit, which was really fun. Now we're doing the bodies. We started with our 5 senses. We made, don't laugh because it's really weird, but anyway, here's my little poster that I made of our 5 senses. My son made one while I was making one, and we talked about all of our 5 senses. And then we are talking about our bodies and our bones. I got some books from the library, so it's been a fun unit. We're gonna kind of break down the 5 senses and do some science experiments here in the next few weeks with sight and smell and sound and taste and touch. And I think I did say them all 5, but I was trying to think of what my science experiment were. So anyway, we're just gonna do some fun things, and I'll share those as they come along because I haven't totally planned them yet. But science has been going really well, and I have enjoyed kind of doing that. Actually, science has become my favorite subject to do with my son, so that's been a lot of fun. In fact, when we were growing our seeds, I was showing that in my last video, how we were growing little seeds. I thought, oh, I'm so glad that I'm homeschooling and I get to do this with my boy instead of my teacher, the teacher world, doing it with him, because it's just so fun to show this world to him and explore these things with him. So anyway, okay, so my last little thing, I'm still using my kindergarten planner. It's working out really well. I have found that I've planned too many weeks in advance. I'm kind of an over planner, and in the perfect world that would have been great, but in the world that we live in with a brand new baby and a preschool and a 2-year-old, sometimes my plans are a little bit overboard or not enough. So I'll just kind of briefly touch it. This is one that I made. You can get it at my Teachers Pay Teachers shop if you're interested. The link is below if you want to check it out. But I'll just kind of show you here. I list the activities that we're going to do for each of the subjects, and then when we've completed it, I highlight it so that I know that it's there. And I've also begun putting little notes at the bottom of each week of Cameron's progress and kind of where he's at, what he needs help with, just as a journal type of a thing, so that maybe if I go back with my next kindergartner, then I can get some ideas of things that my first struggled with that maybe I can highlight or work on or a little bit more with my second. So anyway, looking around, I think I covered it all. Homeschool is really fun, and it's going really good, and I really, really love it, more than I thought that I would. And I know that a lot of people begin to struggle with their homeschool journey or their homeschool choice, but in these first 13 weeks, it's been just nothing but good rewards and good fun. And yes, my kid is just your average 5-year-old. We have days where he doesn't want to do his schoolwork, but with a little bit of encouragement, and if I try to diversify the activities a little bit, then he gets into it and excited. I only have one kid that I'm teaching, so I guess, I don't know, I have all my preschoolers as well, but anyway, it is a good journey and it's a good road. And when I watch this video back, I want to tell myself, keep it up, because I know that in future years with my future kids and kindergartners, and as the kids go along the education road, that I might want to watch these videos again and tell myself, keep going, you can do it. So anyway, that's my little update today. Thanks for watching. I'll have some other videos coming along the line of how preschool is going and how I'm keeping my life all together, because I will tell you, it is a chaotic house right now, but in the chaos there is joy, and I am happy to be a part of this crazy journey that I have made for myself. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you have not subscribed to my channel, consider doing so as I continue to post videos about my homeschool life and my mothering life and just all things mothering. So anyway, feel free to subscribe if you're interested in that. Give my video a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure you have a great day. We'll talk to you in another video.